let's go ahead and read the next chapter of Chronicles of Narnia. The first joke and other matters. There's Uncle Andrew, looks like running around. It was, of course, the lion's voice. The children had long felt sure that he could speak, yet it was a lovely and terrible shock when he did. Out of the trees, wild people stepped forth, god and goddesses of the wood, with them fauns and satyrs and dwarves. Out of the river rose the river god with his naiad daughters. And all these and all the beasts and birds in different voices, low or high or thick or clear, replied, "Hail, Aslan! We hear and obey. We are awake. We love, we think, we speak, we know." "But please, we don't know very much yet," said a noisy and snorty kind of voice. And that really did make the children jump, for it was a cab horse who had spoken. "Good old Strawberry," said Polly. "I am glad he was one of the ones picked out of to be a talking beast." And the cabbie, who was now standing beside the children, said, "Strike me pink. I always did say that horse had a lot of sense, though." "Creatures, I give you yourselves," said the strong, happy voice of Aslan. "I give you forever this land of Narnia. I give you the woods, the fruits, and the rivers. I give you the stars, and I give you myself. The dumb beasts who I have not chosen are yours also. Treat them gently and cherish them, but do not go back to their ways, lest you cease to be a talking beast. For out of them you were taken, and into them you can return. Do not so." "No, Aslan, we won't," said everyone. But one perky jackdaw added in a loud voice, "No fear!" And everyone else had finished just before he said it, so that his words came out quite clear and in dead silence. And perhaps you have found out how awful that can be to say at a party. The jackdaw became so embarrassed that it hid under its wing as if it were going to go to sleep. And all the other animals began making various queer noises, which are their ways of laughing, and which, of course, no one has ever heard in our world. They tried it at first to repress it, but then Aslan said, "Laugh and fear not, creatures. Now that you are no longer dumb and witless, you not always be so grave. For jokes as well as justice come in with speech." So they all let themselves go, and there was such merriment that the jackdaw himself plucked up courage again and perched on the cab horse's head, between its ears, clapping its wing, and said, "Aslan, Aslan, have I made the first joke? Will everyone always be told how I made the first joke?" "No, little friend," said the lion, "you have not made the first joke. You have only been the first joke." Then everybody laughed more than ever, but the jackdaw didn't mind, and laughed just as loud until the horse shook it off its head, and the jackdaw lost its balance, fell off, but remembered its wings. They were still new before it reached the ground. "And now," said Aslan, "Narnia is established. We must next take thought for keeping it safe. I will call some of you to my council. Come hither to me, you the chief dwarf, and you the river god, and you the oak and the he-owl, and both the ravens and the bull-elephant. We must talk together, for though the world is 5 hours old, an evil has already entered it." The creatures he had named came forward and turned away eastward with them. The others all began talking and saying things like, "What did he say had entered the world? A Nevil? What's a Nevil?" "No, he didn't say Nevil, he said Weevil." "Well, that's that." "Look here," said Diggory to Polly. "I've got to go after him. The lion. I must speak to him." "Do you think we can?" said Polly. "I wouldn't dare." "I've got to go," said Diggory. "It's about Mother. If anyone can give me something that could do her good, it would be him." "I'll come along with you," said the cabbie. "I liked the looks of him. I don't reckon these other beasts will go for us. And I want to word with old Strawberry." So all three of them stepped out boldly, or as boldly as they could, towards the assembly of the animals. The creatures were so busy talking to one another and making friends that they didn't notice the three humans until they were very close. And nor did they hear Uncle Andrew, who was standing trembling in his buttoned boots, a good way off and shouting, but by no means at the top of his voice, "Diggory, come back! Come back at once, you, when you're told. I forbid you to go a step further." When at last they were right in among the animals, all the animals stopped talking and stared at them. "Well," said the he-beaver at last, "what in the name of Aslan are these?" "Please," began Diggory in a rather breathless voice, when a rabbit said, "They're kind of large lettuce, that's my belief." "No, we're not. Honestly, we're not," said Polly hastily. "We're not anything nice to eat." "There," said the mole. "They can talk. Who ever heard of talking lettuce?" "Perhaps they're the second suggested the jackdaw. A panther, which had been washing its face, stopped for a moment to say, "Well, if they are, they're nothing like so good as the first one. At least, I don't see anything very funny about them." It yawned and went on with its wash. "Oh, please," said Diggory. "I'm in such a hurry. I want to see the lion." All this time, the cabbie had been trying to catch Strawberry's eye. Now he did. "Now, Strawberry, my old boy," he said, "you know me. You ain't going to stand there and say you don't know me." "What's the thing talking about, horse?" said several voices. "Well," said Strawberry very slowly, "I don't exactly know. I think most of us don't know much about anything yet, but I have a sort of idea I've been seeing a thing like this before. I have a feeling I've lived somewhere else, or was something else, before Aslan woke us all up a few minutes ago. It's all very muddled, like a dream, but there were things like these 3 in the dream." All right, we'll stop there and then continue.